We continue our campaign coverage tonight with part 2 of our look at the race for Charlotte County Sheriff. We already heard from 2 of the candidates. Now hear from Glenn Sapp and Frank Rubino as they talk to SNN local news reporter Grant Boxleitner.
Glenn Sapp has more than 30 years of law enforcement and criminal justice experience and spent 2 terms as Charlotte County Sheriff in the 1980s.
The momentum has really been building up, and so we think that's a real sign of support for us. The campaign workers they're staying highly energized, which is very important, as you know, in a campaign. And I think we're doing well. We're continuing to get money.
Marine Corps veteran Frank Rubino has 30 years of experience. Right now he's a major at the Glades County Sheriff's Office and also spent a stint with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
We've tried very hard, in getting our message out. We've met a great bunch of people in the community, which I'm going to take away from this whole experience. It's an experience. I've been doing this for 32 years in law enforcement, and I've never been on the political side of it. And it's unique. It's more of I would say it's more of a chess game than it is who's the most qualified.
So what are 2 or 3 of the key issues that you think are facing the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, or any problems that you would like to solve and address as it applies to public safety as well?
I think there's a battle for truth and transparency at the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department right now. Part of that stems from the fact that we've got a $57 million budget, really high. A lot of that goes to the fact that a lot of people in high-ranking positions are making a lot of money, and that needs to be revisited. Maybe cut programs or reduce programs that are not going to impact law enforcement in the community, because that's our basic mission, is to protect and serve.
We also asked Rubino about key issues facing the Sheriff's Office and public safety.
We need to concentrate on keeping the deputies in the areas that they're familiar with, and let the residents be familiar with the deputy. And then that's how you build that partnership. By going after the low-level drug user, all you're doing is beating your head against the wall. All you're going to have is repeat offenders. What you need to do is you need to have a unit that can do long-term investigations and dismantle the organization. You have to educate them and aggressively prosecute those who are hurting and going after the senior citizens.
And finally, we asked each candidate to address the voters. Just want to ask you, why do you think you're the best candidate to be the next sheriff of Charlotte County?
We stressed from the very beginning, we're going to be very positive with our campaign. We're not going to sling mud. We're not going to bring up all the bad things that gets brought up in a campaign a lot of times, which takes away from the issue. And I'm just asking the people of Charlotte County, look at my qualifications, look at my more than 30 years of law enforcement experience.
I'm the only one that can give you state and local experience. I've worked hurricanes, I've worked shootings, I've worked gang problems, I've worked problems in the school, I've worked riots. This is not a training ground. This is a big multi-million-dollar business. If you look at it as a corporation, it's a $55 to $57 million business. You have to have someone with experience that knows how to handle that and who's been there.
Reporting in Charlotte County, Grant Boxleitner, SNN Local News.
Without an incumbent, this is the most wide-open sheriff's race in years in Charlotte County. You can hear from the other 2 candidates in the next half hour. Early voting starts on Saturday, and the primary election is on August 14th. All 4 candidates are Republicans.